just cut them out of your life? That's easier said than done. Are you a entrepreneur, a creative, or just an ambitious individual who deals with unsupportive friends and family? You already know that you're the average of the 5 people and ideas that you spend the most time with, so it's not just as simple as cutting them out of your life. In this video, I'm going to teach you the 3 steps that I've used to address this very situation. I'm Dr. Karthik Ramanan, and on this channel, I help ambitious individuals end self-criticism through tools and strategies to create optimal everyday mental health. If you're new here, you think you'd enjoy that kind of content, consider subscribing. Do it now, like right now. Why don't we get started here with today's stream? So, some people you just can't cut out of your life, right? But I think it's important to understand that typically, at least the well-meaning ones, they are criticizing you because in their mind, they are saving you from inevitable pain and difficulty and suffering, right? So it is their way of creating service, in a sense, to you. And that's something that we have to remember, because it doesn't come off that way when we're in those situations. But just remember that they're projecting their fear on you. They're not the ones that are taking the initiative. They're not the ones that are most oftentimes, right? They haven't taken the steps, and now they're giving you advice based on, hey, I've been there. But they're giving you advice based on, their own fears and insecurities. It's important to keep that in mind. So, how do you go about dealing with these friends and family members without cutting them out? Step number 1. The most important thing that you have to do is deal with your own self-criticism. And why is that? Well, it's simply this. When somebody close to you says something that triggers you, it only triggers you because it's addressing some subconsciously held belief about yourself. If you are already feeling insecure, if you are already feeling like, I don't know if this is going to work. Am I really doing the right thing? Am I crazy? Should I just go get a job like everybody else? If these thoughts are in your mind and they're really pervading your unconscious, right? When other people, especially those close to you, mention anything that triggers that unconscious, you're going to get emotional about it. So it's critical that you put in the daily mental reps to reframe the negative situations to turn them positive, right? To learn how to not judge yourself. And in fact, those are 2 topics that I made videos about recently, so you want to check them out right here. I'll put the cards up there. Because when you feel strong within yourself, getting the same message from the same person is completely different. And I know this from my own personal experience. The same message from the same person before I did all the work to alleviate my own self-criticism, and getting that same message afterward, it's a completely different experience. Afterward, I could almost objectively just step away from it and saying, okay, I see where they're coming from. And I respect them and appreciate them for, in their mind, helping me. But I don't have to listen to them, right? See, when you do that, when you alleviate your own self-criticism, you start to embody the confidence in your body language, in your tone of voice, right? In your state of being, entire state of being. You may find at some point that those unsupportive friends and family members, especially once you start living and being this way and start producing results, you may find that the unsupportive family members, actually, the ones that at least have your true best interests at heart, they start to come around. They start to come around. And what happens when people believed a certain way, they found another way, and they turn to that way of being? Think about, let's say, maybe you or somebody you know, maybe they lived a certain way diet-wise, and then they found the healing power of, let's say, a plant-based diet, and they went to it, and now they can't stop talking about it, right? Imagine if they couldn't stop talking about you. How powerful would that be? You just took, a damaging critic and turned them into a big raving fan, a mouthpiece for what you are doing, right? Now, the goal shouldn't be that, because you can never control how people are going to think and feel and react. However, when you truly just embody and believe in yourself and you have that confidence, right? It's going to rub off on people. And that is the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself in this situation. Second, but what about those people that continue to remain negative? Because, there's people that are just negative. That's the life that they live. And, until they want to come out of that, that's just who they are. Sometimes we can't eliminate being around those people entirely. So what is the key? Well, it goes back to step 1, developing ironclad self-confidence. Super important. And the next step is to just smile and to remember that, again, this is a reflection of their own fears and insecurities. It does not have to do with us, and to let it go. Now, one thing that's important to try here is when you're in that situation, you're taking in this criticism. Maybe in the beginning, okay, got my self-confidence, but after a while it gets to be a little bit too much. You've crossed that line. You've been there. We've all been there. Well, it's important to separate yourself from that situation temporarily and remember this, that we as human beings, and really as living beings, we overemphasize negative information as compared to positive information. Think about this. Ooh, that's a beautiful patch of grass over there. Oh, my friend just got eaten by the lion, the wildebeest says. Which one is the wildebeest going to listen to? That's a beautiful patch of grass, or the lion is attacking my friend and killed him? Yes, so that it's an example, but really that's what we do as humans too, is we overweight the negative. So when somebody close to you is being negative and they're going to stay negative, it's important to then step aside and really visualize your ideal state, your ideal future, and do so either repeatedly, so you create intensity with more repetitions, or just really embody that emotion in your entire body. Really go for a run, or just get the blood flowing, or visually intensify this dream of yours, this vision of yours. You probably do visualization already, right? And if not, this is a good time to start visualizing your ideal future with even more intensity to outweigh the negative that was spoken to you. This is another way to handle being around such people when you don't really have a choice in it. Number 3, and this one is crucial as well, is to surround yourself with like-minded, growth-oriented, purpose-driven individuals. Notice I didn't say surround yourself with people who agree with you, because let's be honest, we have those friends who just don't want to disrupt the delicate balance. They just love everything about you, and they're just going to tell you that every idea that you have is the greatest idea and you should totally do it, but they would never do it themselves. They would never go out on a limb to do it themselves. They don't have the courage to make those steps, but they're more than willing to just get behind any idea you have. Let's be honest, we don't always have good ideas. As entrepreneurs and creatives and ambitious individuals, the key is for us to make mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. But we want to get feedback from the people that have been there, that are going to tell us that, hey, have you thought about this? Maybe this isn't the best idea. I personally believe that being around friends who just say yes and agree with everything you do can be just as damaging, or maybe even more damaging, than critical friends, because these friends enable us to become delusional about ideas that may not serve us. But the friends who support us, believe in us, and are unafraid to give us constructive coaching, these people are gold. These people are the people that I want to be around. These are the people that you want to be around. These are precious individuals that make up the 5 people we spend the most time with. So, how do you deal with having unsupportive friends and family? Number 1, address your own self-criticism. Incredibly important, incredibly important. This is the basis for it all. Number 2, neutralize your negativity with self-confidence and intensely visualize the positive. And number 3, surround yourself with like-minded, growth-oriented, purpose-driven individuals to make the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button. And if you know somebody that could benefit from this message, please do share it. It helps out the channel a lot. I'm Dr. Karthik Ramanan. I invite you to be a little less self-critical today. I believe in your greatness. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.